Can you just talk about where this team is mentally and maybe the morale of this team compared to the last bye week? And you guys have played some close games, and they haven't gone your way, but you guys have also felt like you've probably improved a little bit.
Yeah, we're fine. We're just obviously we've had some tight games that have came down to the very end, and we're right there, and we know we're right there. We know we're a real great team, and we just got to finish, and that's what we're really going to emphasize going into this bye week and this next week of practice is just finishing plays and leaving no plays on the field like we did. And offensively, I think we could really work on third downs, so we're going to work on third downs a lot because we were pretty poor in that phase during the game against Oregon.
What do you think's been the obstacle on third down for you guys?
I don't know. I feel like guys might get a little timid out there just because third down, a little antsy out there or something. I really couldn't tell you what it is, but we just got to do our jobs more and execute no matter what down it is.
Did Gordo talk to you about throwing up on the sideline? Did you know he did that?
I didn't know he did that, no.
Apparently after one of the touchdowns, I guess he was so excited on the sideline that you guys had scored and that he just puked.
I had no idea. That's kind of funny.
Have you ever puked during a game or seen that happen?
Oh,
either
gosh.
High school or here?
High school, I was throwing up all the time. Like, I was getting some games like 40 carries, and I'd score like back to back to back, and I'd be so tired. I'd go off. I'd like crawl off the sideline and just start throwing up because I'd be so tired. Call my high school coach about that. Glad that hasn't happened here yet, but maybe it's a good thing because it means I'm getting a lot of carries, so I'd be fine with it.
It does seem like you're touching the ball a little bit more in these past couple of weeks. How have you kind of embraced? I mean, obviously it's probably more of a game time decision. It's not necessarily part of the game plan, but do you embrace that when it comes to time?
Yeah, absolutely. I love getting touches. However I can get a touch, either running or catching the ball, I'm gonna make the most of the opportunity. So the more the better. But obviously we got to get the ball all around the field, and that's kind of how the air raid works. So spreading the ball out to all my teammates is also a big thing.
I think you're leading the conference in yards per carry or per attempt. Was that a goal for you before the season, or I mean, obviously you want to get the most out of every carry, but did you kind of target being at the top of the leaderboard for that category?
Yeah, I believed in myself as a runner. I do believe in myself as a runner, and I knew I'd be at the top of that category. And I think the more touches I get, the better. I'm going to just stay on top right there, and yeah.
Have you seen Anthony improve as a leader during the HBO show? It seemed like there were a few scenes where he was really yelling and kind of encouraging you guys on the sideline. Do you think he's improved and felt more comfortable maybe being in the middle of a huddle?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Even this whole last year, I mean, he was obviously not the guy last year, so he wasn't really much of a vocal leader. And then this year, he's just each week improved more and more as a vocal leader, and he's our backbone of the team. Obviously, he's a quarterback, so that's what he's got to do. But he's done a real good job of that.
Thought any about the NCAA vote, the likeness, image, and whatnot?
Yeah, I looked into that. I don't know a whole lot about that, and I saw it doesn't even apply till like maybe my senior year or something. So I'm not really too interested in that right now.
Do you think it could be a positive step forward for student athletes? I mean, you guys are obviously putting in a lot of work, and a lot of people say the athletes aren't seeing much of the profit there.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It can go both ways on that question. So, like I said, I'd have to look more into it.
Any notable Halloween costumes growing up?
Man, I always had a good one. Probably one of my favorites was with my best friends. My two best friends growing up was the Three Blind Mice. That one was pretty good. We had these little canes. We were walking around all slow and blind. What else? I think tonight I'm going to try to be Dash from The Incredibles. I think that'd be pretty good, so that's a plan for tonight.
The Borghi, Gordon, Platson household fielding trick-or-treaters, or are you guys going to be out?
I think we might go trick-or-treat the coach's house to surprise them. Just kidding.
What would you tell Coach Mealy if you showed up at his door?
Oh, man. I don't know. He'd probably invite me in for some pasta or something.
Would there be any thought if they didn't give a good enough treat to possibly trick the coaches?
You said what?
If they didn't give a good enough treat when you went to trick-or-treat them, would possibly a prank on the coach's house?
Oh, yeah, I'd come back, doorbell ditch him or something for sure. Just kidding.